the process industry, two most important documents are P&ID and PFD. P&ID stands for Piping and Instrument Diagram, or in some places it is also called Process and Instrumentation Diagram. On the other hand, PFD means Process Flow Diagram. Now, we often encounter what is the difference between this P&ID and PFD. So let's look into with a practical example. So this is a particular fired heater where you can see this some feed is coming and it is getting pumped, and after pumping it goes into the fired heater, then goes into the distillation column, and there are reboiler and condenser that are shown here. So this is at the bottom there is a reboiler and on the top there is a condenser, and so this gives you a overview of the process. So this is basically a process flow diagram or PFD. So PFD is very important to understand the process, right? It gives you also the pressure and temperature of the line. As you can see here, pressure temperature is mentioned. Here also pressure temperature is mentioned, and also gives you all the important static and rotary equipments. For example, these two pumps, P001, P002, equipments, F001, which is a fired heater, C001, which is a column, distillation column, V001 is an intermediate vessel, V002 is another intermediate vessel. So, and it also gives you from where it is coming and where the particular material after processing is going. So mainly PFD is being used by the process engineers, operation, and sometime by instrumentation and mechanical engineers. Now, let's have a look of the P&ID of this system. So P&ID of this particular whole system is not possible to be a single P&ID, because P&ID shows much more detail. It shows all the instrumentation components, all the valves and lines, everything. So that's why P&ID there will be multiple P&ID for a single PFD. So we will be particularly showing you in the next section P&ID of this portion. So let's look into that. So here you can see that this is the P&ID of the same furnace, and here of the same particular portion, and here you can see it is much more detailed, right? Here you can see there are two different lines that are going to this furnace. One is some natural gas and another line is some off gas, and there are pressure transmitter, flow transmitter, there are on-off valves, and also shows you the how this pressure transmitter is connected, where it is connected. So here you can see this symbolizes that this is in the provides a display in the DCS, and it has an alarm, low alarm. Similarly, this FT is going to a closed loop controller and controlling the flow through a valve. Also, the valve here is a reducer. You can see the size of the valve is, so size of the line is mentioned here by this particular nomenclature like 6-inch, and the valve size is reduced. Also mentions the type of valve through the symbol FC. FC means fail close. Also there is a bypass around the valve, and then this is another on-off valve which is fail closed, and there are feedback limit switches ZSO and ZSC, and how it is operating. It is operating through interlock number, everything with this detail you can find. Also you can see these lines are with the dotted, which means this line are traced line, and you get lot of information about the line through this line number, right? In other videos we will be discussing about what is the meaning of the symbol and everything. Hope the difference between the PFD and P&ID is clear to you now. So P&ID is used by all engineers of all different domain. It can be mechanical, it can be instrument, it can be process. P&ID is a master document of any plant, and P&ID needs to be regularly updated. Thank you.